my name is Fear, and today I have the 100 Thieves broadcast for you here. But first, I do have to explain something to you. I did not realize that 100 Thieves were going to play today. It said that they were going to play off stream, but I guess something changed. I was not here to show you guys the broadcast. I was just waiting for the optic gameplay. Be on the lookout for that. So they are down 2-1 to Cloud9. I'm going to start the broadcast now. I just wanted to give you guys the little pre-intro type thing. Hope you guys do enjoy. Be sure to subscribe if you are new. We're getting a ton of subscribers from the first 100 Thieves game. And like this video if you guys are enjoying. Comment what other games you want to see in the future. And with that being said, guys, let's get right into it. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.
I just don't know. I guess I feel a little bit more comfortable with them maybe stealing a CTF than I would an uplink, because that's another mode where the slaying isn't going to be as huge. Yes, if you can get streaks, we know how important they are in CTF versus other game modes. If you can build up a couple streaks on your side, but if you're just outslaying your opponents without getting those, it doesn't usually have as big of an impact. I mean, you can outslay a team
in CTF.
Yeah, in CTF.
Yes, in CTF, that's true.
You can usually have a little bit of an advantage and may not necessarily win the game. It doesn't hurt, but not necessarily going to lead to a win like it usually does with uplink. So, looking into CTF, 400 Thieves, is this one that you think I'm still going to call it a steal? Is this one they could steal off of Cloud9?
Obviously, I think they have the chance to steal this one. I think CTF, it's one that they can slow the game down a little bit more, play for sneaks. That's what they were doing yesterday with Nelson. And first half they were close. Second half they just got blown out. So interesting to see if they can do it for an entire game this time. Keep it close. This, I believe, is going to be an evac CTF as well. So one of the more fast-paced CTF maps. This and Breach, I would say. But I mean, there is the opportunity where they could put like Johnny or Royalty in the back helipad, just kind of play that base defense. They could put a guy on top AC from the other side, just play base defense. So there are some options for 100 Thieves to slow the game down in their favor.
Well, that's where you have to be a little bit curious. Havoc has made a big impact through the first couple of respawns, certainly. I know they didn't take the first game, but from a slaying standpoint, he really did. He's not going to be able to, I think, make his mark as much. If this was evac hardpoint, sure, he's dropping 40.
Right.
But it's not. You're going to be playing CTF, playing fast, furious, not going to be as impactful probably in CTF. So seeing him slow down a little bit might help. Royalty on the other side. Can he step it up? Can he have a big game? You see smokes coming off, no shock there. And yeah, it's been, I mean, the most contested item really throughout this has been stock, right? We've seen it banned twice, protected once.
Yep.
And that certainly has been
It's really been 100 Thieves trying to get the stock out of the game. They get it out this time. You're going to see high caliber go as well. HCXD, smokes, overdrive, overclock, all go as well. You expect rapid fire to be one of these last two. Would be kind of shocked if we don't see that. Then potentially could see something like Camo, could see one of the Suns or the Flashes, but with both of them on the board, it doesn't really make sense to get rid of one because you still have to run Tact.
Is Shiva something that scares you a little bit on CTF? Map like this, you can get set up?
We saw Johnny use the Shiva last game, and wasn't too threatening with it. I don't think.
Well, I think it's a little. Don't think the Shiva is as dominant when you speed the game up. But when it slows down a little bit, and you can just kind of L trigger somewhere. You think maybe it'll help a bit. Are you surprised to see the L car come off finally? We haven't seen that ban in quite some time, right?
No, we haven't. But if you notice, Royalty pretty much exclusively runs the L car as his secondary weapon. So I guess
very good with it too.
Yeah, and he's very, very good with it. Gets close range. It allows him to play without the stock. It gives him that little kind of, I don't want to say like a pocket SMG, but something kind of similar to it to pull out with the AR, get close range. So they take that away. He's going to have to go the RK5 probably.
And I think it was game one where we saw, was it Cloud9 went 3 weapons versus 2 weapons on the side?
Yeah, it was 100 Thieves goes 3 weapons.
They went 3. Okay, I remember we had a different split in game 1. I'm curious if that might happen here for this CTF. It looks like it's going to be a 2-2 split for both the, no, sorry, 1-2. You only have Annihilator from Mochila is actually going to be the only weapon on the side of Cloud9. So this will be the second respawn where they're going to go a little less weapon heavy. But I mean, the theme throughout has been the stock ban and then also who's going to control the slaying battle. So far, Cloud9's come out on top.
And it's interesting with, Cloud9, they opt to go with Annihilator over Scythe, and the Scythe just keeps getting nerfed. I got to imagine some players are going to opt to just keep going with like a Tempest or an Annihilator over the Scythe.
Well, especially in something like CTF where you need big kills, maybe on the move, where you're trying to chase down a flag runner, something like that, where the Scythe is not as reliable, at least to me, where you just need that one shot, one kill, stop that flag, get it down. The Tempest is kind of nice. Maybe that changed to another person trying to pick up the flag. But Annihilator, I can certainly understand it. Now let's take a look here at the map, kind of overlay here. When you're talking about blue and red, where do you prefer to spawn from?
Well, I think this map's kind of difficult from the standpoint that there's not really a great option. I think you probably prefer to attack over towards AC. You spawn them out over in this area right now there, and you kind of bring it back towards the middle. I mean, attacking helipad, there's so much space for that player to kind of just sit all the way in the back, be able to take other players out, you know, attacking the flag, that it makes it very difficult. I mean, we've seen players go on that back wall run. They'll try and come through here in the kitchen. They'll go in the low wall. It's impossible to get the guy out of there.
What was it, Stage 1 finals where we saw Karma? I think it was during the finals against Rise, where half the game he spent just running under the wall. But you have to pick. I guess, is enough of your time back there spent distracting the team that they're having to rotate back to deal with you, or are you allowing them to push up and actually becoming non-existent, and you need to rotate back and actually help your team on the defensive side? It'd be kind of tricky.
There's so much area on that back helipad that just kind of post up that it's so difficult to get that guy out of there. I mean, he can even sit in the doorway if he knows you're just pushing from that apartments or you're going to go wall run and whatnot. He can just kind of sit back, just bait you onto the flag. There's really no great option.
Well, I mean, the wall runs are going to be what's the scariest part of this map. I mean, it's a 3-lane map that sort of feels like a 6-lane map at times because all of the wall runs can be very difficult to hold your spots when you're not really just watching one lane, right?
But Happy has some of the best movement in the game. The Afterburner makes it through as well.
True.
So.
Him and Agathon really come to mind. But you'll see the final 2 maps of this series, if needed, are going to be evac here we're about to hop into for CTF, and then potentially Hunted, Search, and Destroy. If it goes to a Game 5, can Nelson be Big Shot Rob? Go big in that final game. We'll see if he can do it again, but let's toss it over to our casters, Courage and Rev.
Looking forward to getting this map underway. Now, Revan, the first thing that comes to mind with Havoc on a map like this, we always talk so highly of him, but I vividly remember when he filled in for Envy, when he had his struggles in CTF, it was definitely his weakest game mode when on the team. On a map like this, at times, his pacing was just off with his team, wondering how he meshes with this Cloud9 squad in CTF.
All right, well, we'll see how it plays out. As Mr. Starks was saying, Afterburner makes it through, so we're going to see Havoc just nonstop on that sprint button. We'll see how it plays out. We're going to start things off with Havoc here as Cloud9. They have a chance to close out the series right here.
This is the first time we get to see C9 play CTF in the COD World League. Let's see how it all breaks down. Already up the start, it's Havoc getting up into this dark stairway.
Everybody here.
He has an opportunity to go for just a sneak play towards this black flag, and who's going to be the guy in charge of watching the flag in the base of 100 Thieves? I'm guessing Royalty?
Well, right now it's Johnny.
Oh, Johnny, okay. So Johnny is the one in the back of the map. Royalty was the one watching over that glass area.
And Havoc hasn't moved since, like, he first got into this position. He's just been holding down the shadow staircase here and watching the middle of the map.
Well, Happy's hitting that lower wall run. Will hop right on up with the HVK. Gets the 2-piece. Misses some shots. Does have fast mags. Fast mags on the weapon. You can see it's customized. Has so many attachments on that gun. Now with a great opportunity to score his Cloud9. They just got Royalty to people. Where's Royalty going?
He thinks he was running it down low. As he turns around, now he does get spotted. And that might give Cloud9 the flag cap. Happy also hit the wall run, went up high, and just like that, he's already got a dart, and a dart is really good in CTF just because of that respawn delay.
And that goes back to that whole delay in seeing where the objective is. Llama again getting crafty with these lower wall runs. You saw Happy do it earlier. He's just buying time for his team to get some positioning on the map. Mochillo
Havoc still hasn't moved. He's been here like since he's gotten here.
Well, who's got the flag now? It's going to be Nelson. He'll rotate all the way into the back of Cloud9 spawn, using that Vesper as well. Interested to see how that decision winds up paying off. You know, he's got one player at least close to beat. Wins that engagement versus Llama. Now he'll continue to push this flag on up. Knows the second player here as well, showing the power of the Vesper from close range. But that's where the HVK of Happy gets it done. He'll go for the flag return. He's fully streaked out as well. Oh my goodness, Happy. Continuing to dominate so far in this matchup.
You think DT are starting to regret maybe releasing him from the team?
We'll have to see as time goes on, but I just feel like he's so much more comfortable with this lineup at the moment.
Yeah, I think working hand in hand and Havoc and almost takes out Johnny right there. You just make sure that the flag does get returned. Nelson gets shut down on the other side of the map. Now, if you're Johnny right now, your team is losing by 1 flag. I'm not sure if you could dedicate all this time and relinquish so much map pressure that you could be helping out with your teammates. Just dedicate yourself to watching the flag here.
Well, as of right now, it looks like the mindset still is to play all the way in the backside of the map. Example's trying to sneak up through middle. Llama does sniff it on out. Havoc continuing to play near that close side of the map, and now they're flying on the flag. Havoc drops in first. He'll get taken down by Royalty. Happy's there as well. It looked like he was going to take a swim.
I was so scared when this happens.
But he has made his way onto the flag. Here's the power of that HVK yet again. YY's out of the reload, still somehow alive. What are you doing, Happy?
How is he still alive?
What?
And he's going to hit the wall run.
They know he's here.
He might hear the cling of Royalty on the other side. He hits it up high. Does finally get shut down.
Oh, my God.
On the other side of the map, though, Example's starting to get towards that Cloud9 flag. He's poised to pull the flag here.
He knows there's a player just around this corner, does get around in towards the middle map.
Oh, that's
Examples is going to forfeit chasing down that kill, and Havoc turns back around at the perfect time. After 3 minutes of gameplay, it's still a 1-0 lead for Cloud9. And Revan, they have a 1-0 lead. How do you want to see them wind up playing this? Do you want to see relentless pushes, or you want to kind of count the opponents, make sure that their flag isn't going to get randomly pulled?
Oh, on the side of Cloud9, yeah, you definitely want to count everybody, especially you want to take note of where Nelson is going to be. As you heard Mr. X saying, he's kind of the sneaky CTF player on this team, so if you keep tabs on him, he's going to be your most immediate threat on your flag.
Mochilla's already pushed up towards top glass, trying to use this advantageous position. He's just tagging players up. He'll go ahead and drop on back, try to get a different angle on this player. Cloud9 still watching all the lanes they can. Remember, evac, one of those maps that with those lower wall runs has so many different areas that you've got to watch out for. Havoc using the kinetic armor as well to get that kill in middle. He just continues to lock down that main room.
And you can see Llama's playing pretty paranoid right now. He's been rotating around in his base, just trying to find if everybody's going to be hitting the wall run, if everybody's flanking around. Solid shots there as he takes down Nelson. Let's switch over to somebody being a bit more aggressive. It's going to be Happy once again, and now this time around he's got Camo to work with.
Happy does that same drop that he's done throughout this game. Pops that camo, he'll pull the flag, wins the first engagement. He's got one player just behind him, getting it around the corner. No, he runs into the wall. So using that camo does get the flag pulled, but Nelson cleans him on up with the Vesper use yet again. And here, folks, is where the Vesper is at its best, inside this tight kitchen area. Unfortunately, though, Llama does get the drop on him there. 30 seconds remaining in the half. The furthest player pushed up, who had the only opportunity to pull the flag, 400 Thieves, has been taken down, and just like that, there's an opportunity for Cloud9 to get their second score of this half.
Royalty in a position to get the return, but Mochilla, was that a one burst with the RK5? Dear Lord, Mochilla. That's going to give his team the second flag cap here for sure.
Yeah, that was just absolutely disgusting. Mochilla shreds his opponent. He'll go ahead and cap this one with just 5 seconds left. All signs pointing towards Cloud9 winning this series 3-1, Revan. 100 Thieves, they need to turn some things around. Currently, Examples 3-13, Johnny 3-6, a combined 6-19 in the first half.
And what you could do is add up how negative 100 Thieves are, multiply that by 7.5, and that's the amount of time that they've been down people on the map. And you can clearly see it's reflected in the score, it's reflected in the slaying as well. As we kind of had our concerns about 100 Thieves going into these third and fourth game modes, and it seems to be true, so we'll see if they can maybe bounce back onto the second side. However, the one thing working against them is going to be Happy with this lightning strike.
Cloud9, if they stay at this pace, they'll outslay 100 Thieves by 32 kills in this game. Happy showing the power of this HVK. Revan, I'm surprised we don't see it more often on a map like
it recently got a buff. Maybe some people not kind of experimenting with it a little bit. We have seen it pulled out from time to time. Somehow Happy has stayed alive on the map as they're putting pressure towards the 100 Thieves side of the map, but somebody has been able to sneak by. It's been Johnny here. Doesn't check his corner. He's been shot at by Llama, but he's been spotted, he's been stunned out, and he's been killed.
All right, looks like it is going to be lightning strike time for Happy. He'll ping it on the map. Now elects to not call it in. He'll turn back around, take down Royalty, who is just floating just below him there, and now it's time for the wall runs yet again. Mr. X mentioned this when speaking pregame that with Afterburner still available, all Happy will do is just bounce all around, and he continues to do just that.
Oh yeah, it's so frustrating to deal with, especially when you're on the helipad side of the map. You saw Happy, how many times did he exploit that wall run? At times it looked like he was going to drop all the way towards the bottom and comes up and picks up some kills near this flag. Now Llama, he's got some defensive work to do. He finds Nelson, takes down one, spots another on the wall run, beats down the air, but fortunately he has his teammate Happy there to clean up the kill. So a good defensive hold from Cloud9 as they're just trying to waste time off the clock. They have the lead. They have one mistake to make.
They definitely do. You're a big fan of the whole idea of, hey, the more flag caps you get, it's an opportunity to make a couple mistakes and still get
a little bit reckless.
Still get the win. Llama knows there's a player hitting this wall run. Oh, Johnny just shreds him with the Man of War, and this is the best opportunity 100 Thieves have had at scoring so far this game, or at least pulling the flag. And as I say that, Johnny just falls off the map.
Yeah, I think it was Happy. Yeah, he did pull on the lightning strike, so because he's got pressured, they knew that 100 Thieves were near their flag, so he just calls it all around that specific area. Now, one thing I want to highlight here, well, Llama's dead, but he actually put extended mags on his M8. I think that's really tells what kind of role he wants to play. Just wants to be hanging back lane, putting down as many shots as he can at players pushing in towards his flag. And is Happy going to spot this player? I don't think he did, but there is somebody from 100 Thieves here that is going to be Nelson, who sneaks around, but Happy on the wall run just gets some good time here. Might be able to clean up the kill, and he does.
Happy gets one, gets two as well. Great use of camo. There's the third. Half Happy, 17-6, triple positive, 4 dead on 100 Thieves, and it's a flagpole time, ladies and gentlemen. Cloud9 destroying 100 Thieves in the CTF.
Oh, here comes the lightning strike as well.
Oh my goodness.
You saw the Hellstorm missile actually get called in prematurely, but even though it didn't get any kills, it played an important role in blocking that vent side spawn, forcing 100 Thieves to spawn even further back, which definitely, I mean, they probably had the cap regardless, but it just pushed 100 Thieves so far out of the map. Now it's going to be Nelson desperately trying to go for this flag cap. Keep in mind, he did switch away from the Vesper.
Okay.
Taking out the VMP here.
This looks like there's a great opportunity out of being a cap.
Oh, what? Great shots from Llama there, just to slow it down as much as he can. It's going to be Johnny. He's got the sight in his hands. There should still be a flag cap. And hopefully 100 Thieves, they can start to mount a little bit of a comeback off of this.
They're not out of this one yet. Johnny puts that flag in. 2 minutes remaining. 100 Thieves, no positioning on the map. They do still have the sight to use. They get this kill. They earn themselves a dart. Oh, kind of a reckless challenge right there. He knew he was getting pinched, so he had to try to make a play happen. Not going to work out there in Cloud9. They're setting up for a flagpole right now.
Yeah.
Examples his last slide. He'll fly on out with active camo. Gets one. Will get traded on out, and just like that, the flag is pulled yet again.
I was saying examples might decide to use camo just for the defensive kills he has to make. Johnny now watching the cross. It's going to be Mochilla with the flag in his hands. Let's switch over to him as he turns the corner. Johnny's right there. Oh! Mochilla almost able to pick up that kill, but 100 Thieves hold on for the time being. But all these kills are being made at their base, right? They need to progress up towards the map and put pressure towards the C9 flag.
1 minute and 15 seconds left. Look at 100 Thieves specialist meters. No one is even remotely close, and that is definitely telling as this game goes on. Active camo gets used by Happy again on the base defense side of things. 21-10. Surely my MVP of this series.
Happy
continues to push up. His royalty gets one. Knows a second player here. Kinetic armor gets popped by Havoc. They're just using those specialists to ensure the victories in their base. Great time for them to bring it on out. Llama still has one of his own. That's going to be the heat wave if they need that for one final defensive hold.
Yep, just need to make sure that they hold on to their base, and this is going to be a map win for Cloud9 just like that as Llama picks up the kill. I'm not even sure there's enough time. It takes close to 15 seconds to run a flag, and it has to be absolute perfection. And that will be 4 down for Cloud9, but yeah, there's just not enough time. They get the favorable spawns here. They could rotate back and cut Johnny off if need be, and Johnny knows this. He's going to be pre-firing around the corner, but like we were saying, not enough time. Cloud9, they're going to close out the series here against 100 Thieves to hand them their first loss of Stage 2 here in the Pro Division. Johnny might be able to put in this flag as a consolation prize, but still a great performance from Cloud9 throughout this entire series.
Cloud9 with a 2-0 week to start off their term in the Call of Duty World League Stage 2. Nice stuff from them. And really, when I look at the team and I try to pinpoint one or two players, you really can't. Yes, Havoc had a big day one, but Happy was very consistent throughout the week. Mochilla was there as well. And Llama, while he didn't have major flashy plays, he definitely pulled his own weight in this matchup. Congratulations to Cloud9. 100 Thieves, it really went as we all predicted, right? If they don't win the hard point and the S&Ds, then they're really a team that's going to continue to struggle throughout this Stage 2. Right there, you saw it happen to them. I believe they're being outscored right now in CTF like 7-3 overall through their first 2 games. Definitely some things they need to improve upon.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So expect them to go back to the drawing board going into next week. Hopefully they can improve their gameplay in those 2 game types. And I agree with you. Whenever you kind of force yourself to win those first 2 games of a series to have a shot at winning this best of 5, it's a tough situation. Now, when you look at a team like Rise, who are really good at all the respawns, mainly uplink, that's a really good game type to be good at because it's third one in the series. A lot of times it's the swing game in the series. You know, you start to build some momentum going into those final 2 maps. I think if 100 Thieves just take time out of their day, focus on one of these game types to get really good at, then they're going to be a very dangerous team to go up against.
They most certainly will. Johnny did what he could on that map. 15-12, 2 caps, 2 returns. He just needed a little bit more from his team. 9-21 from example, struggling to get much going for him. Happy, 21-12, 1 cap, 2 returns, and beautiful uses of camo throughout that game. Cloud9 get it done. And you know what? They can have a smile on their face as we begin to head into Week 2 of the Call of Duty World League Stage 2. They definitely want to keep this undefeated streak going. To close out this series, though, we have Maven and Mr. X with their final thoughts.
All right, thanks, guys. I mean, we talked about Happy's movement beforehand, and you saw immediately almost how it was able to disrupt. He was in the base 3 or 4 times over the opening couple of minutes. Did an excellent job picking up key kills.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think anyone would, 100 Thieves not looking good right now. on CTF and Uplink. I think that's really kind of the story of this. Cloud9, they looked good on CTF, but they played against a team that's pretty weak in the game mode. I think once 100 Thieves get some more time under their belt, I think Royalty actually is like studying for exams, so they haven't been able to scrim really much at all.
Interesting.
So I think once he's done with that, this team can kind of sit down, go over some stuff like Revan was saying. I think they'll definitely put up more of a fight. But, you know, the Uplink and CTF weren't too close.
They weren't. But let's take a look at a quick replay here. Really, it's going to be a couple of key moments through the first side. It was the Happy and Mochilla scores, which really opened things up. I think within the first 60 seconds here, you see 40 seconds into the game, it's 2 kills getting picked up by Happy, and he's going to be able to get the flag out early. He kicks things off 4-0, and it's the movement getting him in those positions where he can go underneath. I think this is where we saw Royalty make a little bit of a misplay. He thought he was coming low. You know, he got that flag indicator, doesn't realize he goes high, gets picked off, and almost exactly 1 minute into the game, they're flushing through exactly 1 minute, actually. They're putting through a cap.
It's just some amazing movement by Happy, and I believe this is where Mochilla pulls the flag. I don't know.
This RK5, he shoots a rocket.
Yeah.
Just erases him from the map there.
And I don't know what gun Royalty had, but I saw earlier in the series he was running the Vesper for a little bit. I can't imagine in a world there's a way that was RK5 versus Vesper, I think, right?
Well, you get that sometimes, where the RK5 is just basically that 1 burst, 2 burst machine up close. It certainly can do it, but that is going to be it. Cloud9, 100 Thieves. Cloud9 is going to get really their second victory here, starting out 2-0 in the week. 1-1 start for 100 Thieves, which I don't think is bad either, but we've got a ton of great matches to come throughout the rest of day 2. Quick break, guys. We'll be right back.